Hey guys, and welcome back to another Nitecore store flashlight overview. And guess what? Nitecore has done it again, the MH25 Pro. This light is the brother to the MH12 Pro and the successor to the MH25 version 2, with it having an effective range of 771 yards, as well as it having a maximum brightness of 3,300 lumens. So please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel and it'll help you stay up to date on everything EDC, flashlight, and Nitecore. And let's get right into it. So, what is going to be included with your purchase of the MH25 Pro? Well, obviously, the Nitecore MH25 Pro, along with a pre-installed new Nitecore 5300 mAh 21700 rechargeable lithium-ion battery. As well as that, you have this little baggie with a lanyard and the new Nitecore two-way clip, along with your user's manual and the USB-C charging cable. And then as well as that, you have your holster as well. And then giving you an up-close look at Nitecore's new generation holsters here is going to be made out of nylon, with the sides being made out of this elastic material. And then around back you have this plastic loop, and then these Velcro straps that also have a loop under it as well. And moving on to the overview of this light, we're going to start at the head. It has this crenulated bezel, and then up here as well you can see the wonderful UHI 40 LED. And then right above that as well, that little black dot is going to be your proximity sensor. Also here on the head of the light is the USB-C charging port with the rubberized boot, which you can just rotate there in order to access the port and recharge your light. And moving back around front, the side switch, as well as the output and the battery indicator lights, with these edges of the bell right here acting as a roll stop, so that way whenever you set it down, it won't be rolling anywhere. The body of this flashlight is pretty similar to the MH12 Pro, as it has the same machine knurled patterning to it. As well as that, it has two trenches for your two-way clip. And like all good flashlights, this is going to be constructed out of aero-grade aluminum alloy with an HA3 hardened anodized finish. And then back here at the end of the light, you have the rubberized clicky tail switch, as well as these two fins which have holes in them, so that way you can attach your lanyard, and also this light can do a tail stand because of them. And while we're back here at the tail switch, because this light does not have an electronic lockout mode, a nice way to mechanically lock out this flashlight is to give the tail switch a half turn, and then it is not able to activate. And now on to my personal opinions and first impressions about this light. I am still a massive fan of the UHI 40 LED. It has a super round and super even beam shape, and I really can't find that anywhere else on the flashlight market right now. The thing is though, some people don't like the slightly green tint of the UHI 40 LED though. I have some beam shots of it right now, and I feel like it's a pretty good illustration of what that color is going to look like. And to me, it's not that big of a deal. However, it is worth noting that this has a slightly green tint to it. Another thing I'm a big fan of is going to be the design of the head. It does so many things right. First of all, I'm a really big fan of the design of the bezel, and then that LED is going to have that nice polished reflector around all on the inside, giving this beam a throw of 771 yards, which is insanely far. This bell-shaped head is also amazing at dissipating heat. One thing that wasn't my favorite about the MH12 Pro is how the head was uniform with the rest of the body, and it just gathered heat all over the flashlight. This head has more surface area, and it's able to dissipate heat more quickly from the head, so that way your hand on the body stays cool for longer. One thing that isn't my favorite about this light though is going to be the runtimes, as by all means they're respectable, and I think that they're pretty good runtimes. However, as compared to the MH12 Pro, they're going to be mediocre. And so while I understand that this light isn't supposed to be a long-lasting EDC, it's going to be more for long throw, and it needs that extra battery to pump light downfield and have that high candela. I do wish that maybe the brightness levels were a little bit lower, just so that way I could get a little bit extra runtime out of this light. The runtime, however, is probably my one and only real gripe with this light. It does just about everything else right. It keeps the classic MH UI, and so it has this tail switch, side switch combo, and the side switch is uniquely textured, and so it's really easy to find in the dark. I'm also a massive fan of the long range throw and the high candela of this light. It's really nice being able to see the UHI 40 LED being able to stretch its legs, and I think this might be a good companion for hunting like the SRT-7i. However, that's my personal take on this flashlight. If you have anything else to contribute to this conversation, we have the comment section down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And on to the operation guide of this light. As you just saw, this light has momentary operation using the tail switch, and the tail switch is also, of course, how you turn the light on and off. With the light on, you can change your brightness outputs by using the side switch by going from low, medium, high, and then turbo. And then with the light on, at any brightness level, you can hold the side switch and it'll cycle through your special modes being strobe, beacon, and then SOS. And then to get out of these special modes, simply click the side switch again and you will return to normal operation. This light also comes equipped with mode memory, meaning that it will remember your output and return to it after being turned off and back on again. So I have it on its medium output here, turn it off, back on, it will remember it. However, it will only remember certain modes, that being low, medium, high, turbo, and strobe. So it won't remember beacon, SOS, or ultra low. And speaking of ultra low, to get to the ultra low mode, all you have to do is hold the side switch with the light off and then turn it on while still holding that side switch, and you will enter into the 1 lumen ultra low mode. Now that entire demonstration was in daily mode, however this light is also able to go into tactical mode. And you can do this by acting like you're going to your ultra low mode by holding the side switch and then hitting the tail switch. But you will see once this light flashes, now this light is in tactical mode. Now the only difference in tactical mode is this light will default to the turbo output and the only special mode is strobe. And so if I were to turn this light on, you can see it's in turbo. And if I were to throttle it down back to the low mode and then turn this light off and turn it back on, it will default to turbo. And if I were to hold the side switch and access the special modes, I'm still holding it, it will only go to strobe. And as for a quick note on the proximity sensor, it will step down in its high and turbo outputs to its 300 lumen medium output. The proximity sensor will also activate while the light is strobing. However, it only drops down to 1,200 lumens and it won't stop strobing. To temporarily turn off this proximity sensor, all you have to do is while the proximity sensor is active, simply click it and it will turn off the proximity sensor until you turn the light off and back on again. And then the proximity sensor will reactivate. And now for my favorite part, the specs. The ultra low output has a 1 lumen output for 650 hours. The low brightness has a 50 lumen output for 50 hours. The medium output has a 300 lumen brightness for 7 hours and 30 minutes. And then the high output has a 1,200 lumen output for 2 hours and 30 minutes. And then the turbo brightness has an output of 3,300 lumens with a 771 yard throw, and then a crazy 124,300 candela, which is almost twice the MH25 version 2. This light is also ultra durable, as it's 1 meter impact resistant and IP68 completely waterproof. And as for the dimensions of this light, it has a length of 6.05 inches, a head diameter of 1.56 inches, a tube diameter of 1.02 inches, and then a tail diameter of 1.06 inches. And then weighing in this light with the included battery is going to be 7.2 ounces, and then with the battery excluded, it's going to be 4.59 ounces. Well guys, with all that out of the way, that's gonna wrap up this video on the MH25 Pro. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed watching, and I hope that now you can make an informed purchase decision on if the MH25 Pro is right for you. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.